Unsolved.
Episode 171, Jonbenet Case. 911, what is your deception? Sometimes the simplest episodes, the easiest to make, are when you have a good idea and a simple concept to explain. And so I think this is one of those cases. And this episode is only about the 911 call made by Patsy that morning. And so what I'm going to do is offer my analysis of how she responds and what the 911 call is about. And I think the majority of you will agree with me. And many won't. And so here we go. First, I think it's important to note that who made the call? It wasn't John Ramsey, a businessman used to making phone calls, making deals, a little bit more removed than Patsy from the emergency, and he probably could have done a good job dealing with the 911 situation. But there was just one thing that kind of stopped him from making that call. He didn't want to make the call. So Patsy made the phone call to 911 at 5:52 a.m. And here's half of the transcript of the phone call, and I'll go over it, and then I'll put up the second half of the transcript, and I'll go over it. So the first thing that I want to note, before we go to the actual words, is the timing is pretty good. They got up at 5:30, and she called at 5:52, 22 minutes. However, Patsy undercut her story in the police interview by saying times that added up to more than 22 minutes because they asked her about her hair and makeup and her clothes. And she said that she took 15 to 20 minutes to do her hair and makeup. Then she went to the second floor and she tried to remove a spot on Jonbenet's red jumpsuit or something. And she did that for 5 or 10 minutes. Then she went downstairs and found the note, read the first portion of the note, and then realized what the note was about and ran up to Jonbenet's room, found her missing, screamed for John, and then John came down. They had a little discussion. Someone went to Burke's room to check on him, and then Patsy eventually went downstairs and called 911. Well, the first thing Patsy said was police and gave the operator her address. And so that makes sense. And seems to be in a hurry and she's rushing them because she wants the police to get there soon. Or that seems to be the case. But the operator wants to find out facts first and know what's going on. And I think the operator does a very good job handling this phone call. Patsy says that there's a kidnapping and that there was a note left and her daughter is gone. And then she says her daughter is 6 and she's blonde. And then the operator asks, how long ago did this occur? And Patsy says, I don't know. Which I guess is an okay answer. Then the operator says, does it say who took her? And Patsy says, what? Now that's kind of a strange reply, because right off the bat it says a foreign faction. So she should have said something like a foreign faction or foreigners or something like that. But she says she's shocked by that question. Now at this point, this is where I feel she's caught in a lie. because she says, "It says SBTC, victory." And then she begs again, "Please, like hurry up." Now I say there's two reasons why that is disingenuous of Patsy. Because the ransom letter closes with victory SBTC. And I want to get my main reason across. That's hard to remember. SBTC. I've gone over this case for hours and made several videos, and I still got to make sure I say it correctly. But yet, Patsy says it fine. SBTC. Victory. After just briefly looking at the note, that's what she said. She said she didn't even read through the whole note. But my point is, how could she remember those 4 initials and the victory when she just barely read the note? I find that impossible. And then the second obvious reason is because she said she didn't read the whole note. She only read up to the part where it said, "We got your daughter." So she never read that part. So how would she know that? Also to mention, both of them testified that John had the note laid across the floor and he was reading the note when she was on the 911 call. So there's no way she could see those letters. But people who feel Patsy and John are innocent would say maybe she glanced at the closing of the note. But that's my point. How could she remember those 4 letters with just barely glancing at it? There's no way she could remember those letters. The only way she could remember those letters if those letters meant something to her. She's used those letters before, or she knows about those 4 letters. That stands for something that she knows well, and that's why she could remember them on the 911 call. Okay, now I want to make my final point. Patsy says, "I am the mother," and then the 911 operator says, "Okay, I'm sending an officer over, okay?" And Jonbenet, and Patsy says, "Please." But then, here's my point. They talk some more, and Patsy keeps saying, "Please, hurry." She wants the phone call to be over. But the officer said that she's sending somebody over, the police. So that gives me the impression that Patsy's saying, "Please, hurry," because she wants to end the phone call. She doesn't want the police to get over there right away. That's not why she's saying, "Please, hurry." She wants, because she would stop saying that. But she wants to stop talking because she doesn't want to give away information, because Patsy and John discussed this before they made the 911 call. And even the operator, asked about this later, felt like it was scripted, staged, rehearsed. Well, this ends this episode of Unsolved, and I'm not sure if I'm going to publish this tonight or Friday night. If I do publish it Thursday, today, then there might not be a show Friday night, depending how much work that I feel like doing. But there will be a show on Saturday covering the Zodiac Killer case and our lead suspect, the man I think committed the crimes. Or maybe not.